Hey V, line them up.
Yo, what's up guys? Back with another video. This is actually a re-recording of the intro because I kind of promised to do a double upload today, but I forgot basically. But yeah, this what if is what if Midoriya had Zetsu DNA cells, and so now I think I should just let my past self do, and of course finish my explaining because I really don't know what I said in this part. I watched a bit of it and forgot that I was supposed to do a double upload today. And yeah. Well, here you go. Now we start off when Deku was actually little. Now this quirk of his, well, it's gonna be classified as a quirk, and it will be a quirk. Now, when Deku would go to the quirk doctor to see what his quirk is. But before we get to that, at the daycare center, when Bakugo finally got his quirk, people were congratulating him, saying, "Wow, explosions? That's so cool! You could be like, Endeavor or something like that, but you shoot explosions!" Now, Bakugo would get a lot of praise for this, and so Deku would actually awaken his quirk a couple minutes after Bakugo, and so Deku's arm, it would, like, his right arm, a portion of his right arm, would actually start turning white, and it would start having these cracks within it, if you know what I mean. They would then start cracking up. Deku would have been confused and scared at the same time. And one of the adults tried to comfort Deku, saying it's alright. And then, as soon as you know it, Deku's left or right eye, depending on what you want it to look like, his right eye would actually turn yellow. While he has his regular eyes, right? He has his regular eyes, but his right eye went yellow. And so, when the adult tried to come over and comfort Deku, he would swing his arm up, but accidentally growing some type of plant, hitting this person. But they used the quirk to defend themselves and basically try to calm down Deku. And so Deku's mom was called, and they brought him over to see what is this quirk that he has gained. When they arrived at the doctor's office, well, the quirk evaluation place, they would then say, "Your son Midoriya has a plant manipulation type quirk." What I mean by this is, he's able to turn pieces of his body into plant-like objects, and that he's able to even hide underground with this type of quirk. Well, he didn't exactly say that, but Deku will be able to find out that he can do that later on. Now, of course, when Deku would know that this is quirk, and someone actually kind of get a grasp on it, so it's not really going out of control, he would have been happy. He has a quirk, even though it's not like Bakugo. He still has a quirk. Now, just like in the anime, Zetsu's actually really weak. But I'm gonna make Deku weak, but not that weak. So explosions are really gonna hurt to him. Anyways, so now, but he's still gonna be overpowered. But he's gonna be powerful still. But you know that. Anyways, so now, Deku, he would go to the park as it was basically after school. Bakugo would be there, showing off his friends. Deku would actually walk up to Bakugo, waving his right hand at him, where his portion of his arm is, portion of his hand and his arm is white and cracked up, with these cracks like Edo Tensei Madara on his face. Now, Bakugo would kind of weirded out, but he wouldn't really care, as Deku is Deku. He's still Deku. They would have been playing around, and Deku would actually use his vines and swing up top. That would shock everybody that Deku's actually able to use his quirk like that. He's able to actually swing himself onto the top of the playground. This would hurt Deku, but this would hurt Deku's legs. But Deku does have a really good regenerative property. So they would just kept playing and playing and playing until the day was over. Now, over the years, Deku has been really training his quirk, as from watching a bunch of All Might videos, he vows to himself that he'll become and try to become the next best hero. He will try to get, will even try to become better than All Might. Deku has already designed his own cloak, his own, like he's already designed his hero suit basically. It's actually gonna look like the Akatsuki. It's just gonna look like the Akatsuki robes actually, because, bruh, if you say that the Akatsuki robes are not heat, are not fire, bruh, something's wrong with you, bro. Like, honestly, the Akatsuki robes are absolutely sick. All right, they're oh my goodness, bruh, they're sick. Anyways, now Deku, like I said earlier, he is able to actually hide underground or infuse within like objects. Well, not objects, but like he's able to like go through buildings and he's able to go underground. And so whenever he goes underground, he has like, you know how Zetsu has his little plant like Venus fly trapper thing like on his head, like you see in the image. Whenever he goes underground, that's what it basically is. He's been training his quirk a lot. He hasn't fought Bakugo yet. Bakugo has tried to make some not so friendly encounters with Deku just to see where they are, but Deku would hide, will basically defend himself as he doesn't want to get into any scuffle with Bakugo. And so it would be the last day of school. Everybody will basically sitting down and wait for the teacher to come in. And so he would come in with a stack of papers. Some of them would just start blaming, bro, a stack of papers. He's gonna give us a test. Oh, don't you worry. I know how you all want to become heroes. So, we don't even have to send these papers. And so, the class would burst into this, like, well, not laughter, but they've always been using their quirks within the classroom. A teacher actually come knock on the door saying, yo, can y'all be quiet right now, bro? I'm trying to do something to my class. And so, they would pretty much calm down the noise. The teacher would then say, alright, so our two students that want to go to the top hero school, UA, is Bakugo and Midoriya. The class would look at both of them, and they'll be kind of like it would be kind of like double-sided, but mostly one-sided. As people would say that Bakugo would definitely get in because of his explosion work. It's really versatile, and it's really powerful. Now, but people would also argue the fact that Deku, he has a really good defensive side with it, and well, he has a better personality of an actual hero, but Bakugo was just really, eh. But mostly the votes would favor in Deku's case. Bakugo would actually kind of get mad by this, and so he asked Midoriya to fight him after school, but Deku wouldn't really be interested, as he likes to study more about his quirk each day, and he likes to basically try new things to do with it, basically. So he would be walking under a bridge, and from walking under the bridge, the sewer drain would just start rattling for no reason at all. Deku would go to investigate this, and then soon, like a huge, like the sewer drain would just pop out, and some sluggish, greenish, dark greenish, like slime would appear, and he would, in a gargly voice, would say, "Give me your body, kid." He didn't lunge at Deku. Deku would then infuse himself within the wall, saying, catch me if you can, idiot." His arm would then turn to like a vine-like state, and he would swipe this villain. Well, he would hit the villain across the face. This would hurt because, well, spikes, of course. He would hit him across the face, slapping him into a wall, and then All Might would appear, punching him with a Detroit smash, punching this villain, basically knocking him out cold. And so All Might would thank him, and you also say, "That's a very useful quirk you got there. What is it?" "Oh, well, it's plant manipulation, basically." Nice, 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 nice. So you like flowers or whatever? No, no, no. It's not like that, but like, yeah, it's like basically I'm gonna go into walls and my body's like kind of like a plant, you know, like, yeah. All right, I see. I guess I see. And so that All Might will actually take up this bottle and he'll put the slime in and jump away. Now, the Sludge Villain event will actually never happen because this villain is basically knocked out cold and there's no crack in the bottle like I used to do it. So now, Deku, he would have gone home and tell you more about his quirk. The next day arrived, and well, no, it's not the next day. We had to wait. Like the 10 months time skip basically. All right, so Deku, he would actually start training on Bodega Beach during this 10 months time skip. Was it 10 months? I keep forgetting, but like, you get the point, right? He would be training during this time skip, of course, on the Bodega Beach. All Might's successor, it would be none other than the big three. I don't really think I have to say it, but like, let's give you a quick rundown. I'm gonna butcher his name. No, I'll butcher his quirk because like, he's basically well known. Alright, imagine a dude slipping in your DMs but in real life. But you can't hit him or touch him, but you can see him. And he can actually go fall into the ground and actually get stuck there if he doesn't use his quirk properly. I really don't feel like I should say his name because like, everybody knows him. But you should have a really bright idea or image in your head of who I'm talking about, correct? Anyways, so now Deku would actually be training on Dobega Beach. He actually see both of them at the beach while he's training. So then he actually go up to them saying, "Hey, oh, hey, All Might. Oh shoot, hey kid, shoot, oh shoot, but we're about to run out." And then a huge puff of smoke would pop out. It's like, and it would show the real All Might, the small Might. If y'all couldn't realize who I was hinting to with the quirk details, it was Muriel. Like, I'm sorry, but anyways, that All Might would then explain to Deku his situation and that he's just training his new successor and all of that. And yeah, Deku would be like, "All right, that's cool. I'll prosecute the secret." But he would then ask Muriel, "Hey, Muriel, fight me. You sure, kid? I'll be probably going all out, the best of my ability." Yeah, just fight me already. Well, you asked for it. And so they would basically get into a fight. Deku's, his pale right arm then change into no, maybe I shouldn't do that. It's plant manipulation, of course. Why would I do that? Deku would sink into the ground with like kind of like spikes when he's moving around. Basically, we sink to the ground. Of course, like the Venus flytrap thing would pop appear, and like the air would be like kind of like spikes. Whenever he can move, there's like spikes, like basically on top of him, so people can't like step on him, whatever, you know. Basically, Mirio will be actually be able to counter this by going under the sand and punching Deku in the gut. From Deku getting punched in the gut, he would actually fly off the sand. And so, Deku will launch out both of his arms, launching into the stand, basically trying to pinpoint where is Mirio. But Mirio thinking that he has an advantage because he can't see. Deku actually has a really good advantage. Reason being is that this is plant manipulation. And basically, from this quirk, Deku's actually able to put one of the vines into the ground. He's able to figure like he's able to see everything that's moving, the vibration, everything. So he's able to easily pinpoint where Mirio is. Even though he's not able to hit him, he knows where he is as Mirio is falling on the ground. Mirio would have to finally appear out just so he can get back to the surface. But when he would, Mirio would get slapped across the face with a vine, sending him into the sky and then hit back into the ground with the sand. And so then Deku is actually now just like using his vines as like a stepping stool in the sky while he's hitting Mirio with the vines of his hands. And so he would launch back down to the ground and he would place his hands both on the sand and a bunch of spiky vines would appear, hitting Muriel, sending him flying into the sky again. All Might would be amazed and shocked at the same time that this kid has that much skill. But Muriel would then start using all one for all. He then he would punch at Deku, sending him flying, breaking the vines with it too. Deku would pretty bad hurt up, but pretty damaged. But of course, the regenerative factor would kick in. Deku went and called the match and said that was a pretty good fight. You're a really good fighter. And Muriel would say that too, and they would go separate ways. They're separate ways, of course. And so, Deku would keep training and training and training until the end of the 10 month time skip. I think it was 10 months. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, alright. So, now it's time for the quirk assessment exams. Deku would walk into the facility with actually, he's not moving. Well, he's technically moving, but he's actually using these types of plant clones that he made. They're actually lifting him up when those clones are actually in the ground. As Deku, he went from studying his quirk, he actually kind of overstudied and fell asleep, of course. So people will kind of be looking at this sleeping Deku, and one of the clones will actually come up from under the ground, get some water, wet his face, and he would basically wake up. And so now, some people will actually be put into these pods, these pod things, and a big open door would. Well, no, I shouldn't say that part yet. Actually, it's time for the lecture first. I almost skipped that thing for no reason. Why did I do that? Anyways, so then they would go to a lecture thing basically, and so Mike would talk about these robots and those robots, yada yada. Eel would kick in, be like, hey, isn't 4 robots? What about the 0 pointer? No 0 pointer is worth nothing. That's a big robot. And that's worth absolutely nothing. Anyways, so then they would have then be led outside. Well, not outside. Some people, like I said earlier, would be put into pods. And some people would actually be sitting outside of a door. Well, most everybody will be sitting outside some type of door. And so now the doors would open, and these pods will switch for everybody whenever they want to fire. Now, President Mike would say, there's no real battle. There's no real start in a battle. Go! The people in the pods would then shoot themselves out these pods, sending them flying into the city landscape battlefield of robots. And so everybody else would jump down and zoom across. Deku would face to the floor and go at top high speeds, going around the area. He basically has the area down pat just from sweeping into the floor, so he knows everybody's location. He's basically a whole radar. And so Deku would actually be basically silently killing these robots, just stabbing through the, basically stabbing his arm through the ground. So he's underground, right? And he would point his arm up, and the vine would grow from his arm, stabbing a robot, basically through them, insta killing them. Sometimes he would go out of the ground, and go on some hand-to-hand type stuff, basically using his vines and slinging them across, smashing them together. And soon, it would basically, but that could have a lot of points, not to even pass. But then everybody would start screaming and running, as people would be saying, "I can't do this anymore. I need to leave now. I can't fight that." People would have been leaving and screaming, as that could have been confused as he looks up. He would see this giant robot with a hand leaning on a building and throwing him across. And Deku would then hear a girl, some type of girl, basically scream for help. He could pinpoint her location and get there really quick. He would then appear from out the ground and basically taking the rock off of Uraka, grabbing her, and basically bringing her to safety before she can get set on by the robot. And so Deku would then launch himself out the ground, and he'll be face to face with the 0 pointer. He would then launch his arm, well, basically raise his arm at the zero pointer. They would both be looking dead at each other. They would then both shoot their attacks at each other, with the zero pointer trying to slap Deku out the sky. And Deku shooting his vines basically at the zero pointer. These would actually be huger than the ones that Deku usually makes. These would be really huge vines stabbing through the zero pointer, making a huge hole within the zero pointer, bigger than the one that Deku originally made within the cannon. Crazy, I know, right? Now, Deku, he would then float, but basically use his vines to go down back to the ground like he's walking. People have been amazed. People have been shocked. But someone that was most hated that was, the person that hated that the most was Bakugo. He hated that the most. Deku was able to take down a robot like that, and he's not even able to do that. He was absolutely tight. And so the day would end, and Deku would walk back home, but not without having a encounter. It would have been Bakugo. Bakugo would be tight. He would pull up to Deku, pushing him, saying, "Oi, Deku, you never told me I had that much power. Fight me now. I need to know where I am. The power is killing with you. Never wanted to fight me, but now you have so much power. You still don't want to fight me. You're fighting me now, and I'll make sure of it." Deku would basically finally accept the fight, and they moved to do the Bega Beach. They say the Bega? Oh my gosh. The baby beach? Bing bing bong bing bing, let's go. Anyways, so then moved to fight there. Deku would then get ready, and Bakugo would also get ready, and they would start. Bakugo would shoot a explosion at Deku. This would really hurt him, as like basically, weak defense, it's an action explosion. So but Deku's able to regenerate this really fast. Deku, he would then swipe his vines, hitting Bakugo across the face, sending him flying this time. But Bakugo would use the explosion to leap himself back up into the air and send multiple explosion darts down at Deku. And so this fight would continue basically continue, but Deku would instantly he would take this victory. Number one victory royale, yeah, it's over to get down. Get 10 kills on the board right now. Just like Tomato Town. What am I saying? I don't even play Fortnite. Anyways, Deku, he would basically walk home, saying, "Well, that was a fun match. See you later, Bakugo." And he would walk home. He would go to mom, eat some dinner, and yeah, go to sleep. Now, the next day, a holographic box would pull up to Deku's door. Deku would open it, and it would actually be a holographic image of the principal, Nezu, and All Might talking to Deku, saying, "Congratulations, Izuku Midoriya. You were able to rank up, you were able to rank enough points to pass, more than everybody else in the exam. Not only that, well, you didn't get any, because of the zero pointer, you didn't gain any points from that, but you have gained lots of points. And so, you will be able to enter within the school building earlier before anybody else. This will be starting from tomorrow. The day after tomorrow will be the exact first day of school for everybody else. Thank you for applying to UA, and we hope that you'll stay. Anyways, because now we're here, I like to think to our site, you really thought I got sponsored? I'm too down bad to get sponsored. Like, I would probably never ever in my life get sponsored. But I have to grind. I have to grind there. I'll maybe get a sponsor. It depends. If it's the anime clothes merch line, that would be really cool because I do like their clothing from there, even though I haven't been able to actually buy from there. But stop with my blabbling. Anyways, so now, basically, Deku, like I said, he has now access to the school building before basically any other student. So while reporters are basically camping out the school building, watching us, seeing what are the new students that were able to get into the UA high school, as they had a list of students that they seen walk in, and a list of students that, well, basically they're gonna make a new list of people that actually have gotten into the school. Now, Deku walk up to the gate, and the iron bars on the gate would completely lift open. People would be surprised. Wait, he is able to get into school. He must be one of the students that passed. A top student that must. He has some type of watch so we can be able to get into school early. We must get questions out of him. And so, reporters will start flocking over to Deku. I didn't say the F word, YouTube. Flocking, like birds. Like birds, okay? My cheek hurts a lot today. I'm not sure why though. Anyways, so now, Deku would walk into the school, and someone would actually be waiting for him. This person would actually give Deku basically a good tour around the school building. The lecture or whatever, the library, outside, inside, basically places where he's able to go and to get people, you know what I mean? Now, Deku, he would basically, people would actually, well, someone would actually be waiting for Deku within the gym, basically, as they're actually gonna give like Deku. They want to see like a full down run test, but this time like down with like an actual person with someone with a quirk, basically. And so, this person that they actually put up against Deku, it's actually, no, I was gonna say Eraserhead, but then it's like basically someone like a random hero. And I'll do Eraserhead just because. Man, my jaw just really hurts. I had to pause the recording just for that. Anyways, so now Eraserhead will be waiting in the gym. So then, basically, Eraserhead would then start speaking to Deku. Huh. So you're the kid that's gonna be in my classroom, huh? Alright, then. I guess you get a little early quirk assessment test in before everybody else tomorrow. Alright then, give me your best shot. Deku, he'll basically slip into the ground, and he would let these like tendrils of vines pop out. He would then shoot them at Eraserhead. Eraserhead would dodge this and use his wraps around. He uses wraps and basically stop Deku's quirk in his tracks, but it didn't seem to stop. It would stop for like a split second, but then just kind of like slide over to a different direction and tunnel through the ground. Now, it would then be like a zigzag. Deku wouldn't really know this feeling, but he feels like his body's getting electrocuted and he's not able to move for like a certain amount of seconds. People would be surprised as they're actually watching, even All Might and Mirio, as even Eraserhead's quirk, neglection, not neglection, but like basically he's not able to stop Deku's quirk in his tracks. That's amazing. Deku, it would be pretty much a long fight with Eraserhead. Basically, Deku slapping him around and Eraserhead doing the best he can to get close to Deku. But whenever he have, Deku would go under the floor or cover himself within spikes. Well, not like covering his body, but like he would go into the floor and cover his surrounding area with spikes. Or put his hands on the ground and make spikes appear. Now, of course, then basically, Aizawa, Eraserhead, would basically then start running up, one of the vines, not trying to at least, disable the quirk. This time, he actually do try and go straight forward to Deku, and then basically, like, disable the quirk and try beat him from there. But Deku, he would actually then, like, basically make the vine dissolve, and when Eraserhead would reach on the floor so close to Deku, it would actually be like a vine bomb, like a vine trap, basically. Basically, once Eraserhead stepped on the floor, vines would appear, like tendrils of vines would appear from the ground, covering Eraserhead, capturing him in a lock seal. People have been clapping and be like, wow, this kid's really powerful. And so, basically, they would end, Aizawa would get a liking to this kid, and yeah, Deku would then go home the next day. But then the news would start reporting that, yo, kid got to go to school early. He must be very special. even All For One will see this, and now he may be thinking that this may be one for all. I mean, All Might's new successor, and that's gonna be the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and basically, yeah, I'll be like that. See ya, guys, next time.